It's noon here in Ventnor City, New Jersey, and our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and this is news that you can use from CarEdge for Tuesday, August 6th, with your hosts, the yin and yang of CarEdge, me, Ray, in the white T-shirt, and Zach in the black T-shirt. How are you this morning or afternoon, handsome?
I'm doing well. Dad, did you ever listen to the Yin Yang Twins?
No. Who the hell are they?
We're gonna keep it that way. Today's show, folks, is brought to you by us, CarEdge.com. My dad and I started this company about 4.5 years ago. If we can help you with anything automotive related, we'd love to. We have a car search, a car buying service, a car buying toolkit that has dealer invoice price. If you're interested in knowing what the dealer paid for any new vehicle, you can get it with CarEdge Insights. We can help you sell a car and warranty and protection. So much more under resources up here, including our free data that we talked about yesterday. But Dad, the big story this morning, we have another major development over at Nissan. They are offering buyouts to salaried employees, Dad. U.S. business at Nissan has faltered. 99% of Nissan's quarterly net income, their profit, evaporated last quarter because of how poorly they performed in the United States. So now, and that's global profit. Let me be very clear.
Yes.
Global profit declined 99%. Buyout packages were offered to salary employees that were at least 52 years old in certain non-manufacturing business units, and to those age 55 and up in the manufacturing organization. This comes on the heels of Stellantis, the parent company of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, doing something very similar just last week. Beginning of the end, going out of business. What saith you, Papa Shefska?
Well, I read your headline. Nissan, Jeep, and Chrysler are going out of business, and I thought to myself, well, the R's in the wrong place. It should be are Nissan, Jeep, and Chrysler going out of business, and the possible answer is maybe, more than likely not. More than likely, they're just trying to cut their workforce to get their expenses into line again. They're struggling to a degree in North America, and North America is Nissan's second largest market. So, yeah, they have to do something about it. There's two things they could do. One is they can offer buyouts to 52 and older people, or they can actually build quality vehicles that people would want to buy, that you don't have to incentivize to the point that they have to incentivize them. Now, which route have they chosen? Okay, we're going to get rid of people. The quality of the crap we're selling isn't going to go up. The amount we're going to have to spend to market the crap we're building to sell it isn't going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they made a choice. We're going to cut people. We're not going to improve quality, and we're going to have to keep overpaying our customers to buy the crap we build.
Think about the statement.
Perfect sense to me.
Think about the statement you just made. We're going to have to overpay our customers to buy the crap we build. That was at its core why Nissan's global profit was down 99%, because here in the United States, they had to incentivize so much. Dad, have you been on the CarEdge community forum recently?
We have one of those?
We have one of those. And I just want to pull up here a few examples of what's going on over on the community forum. We are tracking incentives, right? Got Rice over there is tracking incentives. Let's just scroll through them for a hot second. 2024 Ford Mach-E gets no interest for 6 years, 0% financing for up to 72 months. Let's scroll.
Wait a second. Let me know when they get to Hornet territory and they go to 84 months. Dad,
we've got Nissan vehicles that you can finance all the way up to 84 and 96 months with great APRs.
Oh my God, 96 months? That's 8 flipping years.
We're keeping track of this stuff over at CarEdge.com/community. Huge shout out to the team for that.
If you sign on the dotted line for a 96-month loan, that's you got to go through 2 leap years to pay that damn thing off.
But Dad, this is why Nissan, Jeep, and Chrysler are going out of business. How long can you sustain offering? Hornet's got 0% financing. Dodge Hornet has 0% financing for 84 months. We've got subvented interest rates all the way out to 96 months. I'm going to do it. You guys know me. This is my favorite
can I
thing to
say
do.
one thing about the 84 month?
Yeah.
There's a large CDJR dealer in the Philadelphia area. I won't mention the name, but the owner's first name is David, and that could very well be the name of the store. I don't know. And they've been advertising in the Philadelphia Daily News at the bottom of the front page. And when Dodge first announced 84-month 0% interest, the ad read 84 months 0% interest. And I think after like 5 or 6 days, it dawned on the people at the dealership that people have no idea how long 84 months is. So suddenly it was 7 years, 0% interest, so that we could put it into perspective for people so that they could understand what the hell 84 months is. So yeah, think about it. It's 7 years interest free. Now, the problem is that it is a Dodge Hornet.
Yeah,
okay.
but it's, I think what's becoming clear, Dad, is it's not just the Dodge Hornet, right? There is a cornucopia of vehicles that are now, I know, right?
I like that. Yeah.
Summer's coming to an end relatively soon. Next thing you know, it's Thanksgiving. Cornucopia of vehicles, Dad, that are going to be receiving this type of treatment because they're not selling. And I want to demonstrate that they're not selling. And this is live, right? Like we don't premeditate this. I've been in Atlanta. No, I'm here in New Jersey. Let's go somewhere else. Name someone in the chat. Name where we should be doing today's market research to demonstrate that Nissan.
The Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Minneapolis. All right, let me get a zip code real quick. 55111. 55111. All right, so I'm coming here. We're going 55111. We are now searching for vehicles in Minneapolis. We are going to look at new vehicles in Minneapolis, and we will start, Dad. We'll start with let's start with the Nissans. We'll start there.
Okay.
All right, let's come here. We've got some new Nissan Rogues, 59 days on the lot, 19 days on the lot. These are attractive price points, right? Let's click on this Rogue right here.
But nobody seems to want to buy them.
Let's see.
Oh, this one's arriving soon.
129 days supply. That's actually not too terribly high for this Nissan Rogue. Let's see if the S, the even cheaper version, we've got here, and only a 90-day supply. So maybe Nissan's problem's not the Rogue. Let's try the Pathfinder.
Well, but here's what you have to remember is look how much money Nissan had to spend to get people to buy those Rogues in the second quarter, which is why they have a reasonable day supply today, and also why that 99% of their operating profit was eaten up by the incentives, how much they had to overpay their customers to buy the crap that they build.
This is very true. 423 days supply here for our friendly Ford Mustang Mach-E. So, Dad, the picture even in Minneapolis, if you go to Ford, obviously becomes very clear. Let's head over to our favorite, the Dodge Hornet. Yeah. And again, these are the vehicles that are getting the most incentive spend against them. 265 day supply. So this is what the automakers are looking at, and ultimately their hands are being forced, right? They are absolutely being forced. And I don't see how an outcome here that is not bad news for these three brands in particular. And quite frankly, Dad, they could end up getting transacted or sold. Like Chrysler, or Maserati we were talking about yesterday. Maserati is such a small scale relative to the other brands over at Stellantis, but like they're probably going to have a new owner eventually because they just don't make money anymore and people aren't buying them.
Do they not make money, or is the executive management team of the foreign company that owns CDJR they just don't care about those brands in North America? Yeah, they bought them.
They don't care about the brands. They don't care about the salaried employees anymore, evidently, as well. That's the big headline today.
And how many times have those four companies been purchased by another automotive company? I mean, there was Mercedes-Benz, there was Fiat, Chrysler. I mean, it's, it goes on and on and on. I mean, what was it? A private equity company, Cerebus. I mean, it's, there has never been four brands of vehicles, American-made vehicles, that have had more corporate owners than those four brands.
Yeah.
Now, is everybody buying them because they go, well, we can't turn it around? I think maybe Stellantis did, but everybody else, when they buy it, thinks that they can turn it around. Stellantis's concept was, we're going to just build big ass SUVs and pickup trucks, and our transaction prices are going to go through the roof, and our sales are going to go into the toilet.
Yes, someone made the call, Dad, for these three brands in particular. We're not going to turn them around. We're going to plow them into the earth to their demise. Like, that feels like what's happening right now. Could you imagine if these automakers are reporting losses? Like, these are legacy businesses that are supposed to do incredibly well. They're going to start reporting losses because they're not making money. They're having to spend so much money to move inventory. And Dad, we are seeing it show up a little bit at the dealer level as well. Asbury reported their earnings just a few days ago, and they blamed the CDK outage, but they saw an 86% drop in profit as well. So we have both at the automaker level with Nissan, with Stellantis, and at the dealer level with Asbury and others, huge declines in profitability, a resetting of sorts, and ultimately the big news today, more voluntary buyouts for employees happening at Nissan a week after it happened over at Stellantis. Shaky footing, man. Without a doubt, shaky footing.
Yes, no, I couldn't agree more. And the one company that you would think should be on this list just got a commitment for another $1.5 billion.
We're going
I'm not
there
allowed
later.
to go there yet. I am not allowed
later.
to go there yet. I apologize. We should probably choreograph this show so I know what I'm supposed to talk about and when I'm supposed to talk about it.
Nah, man, I got you. We'll get there. Dad, let's go to the chat. We've got here from
Yes.
9 Mil Norm. Thank you, 9 Mil Norm. Come on, 9 Mil Norm. As long as Nissan don't go out before I get one of those refreshed Frontiers, that's a nice truck.
It is a good looking truck. I've seen, they did away with the Titan, and they're not going to, allegedly they're not going to bring it back. And the new Frontier, they do produce some of the toughest looking vehicles out there. Now, having said that, I'm not sure they use the highest quality plastics in all those grills and stuff. So, it probably just shatters into a powder in an instant if anything hits it. But my goodness, until something does, that is one tough ass looking truck. And in 9 Mil Norm, I would want one of them. I would want one.
We've got here from Joe. Thank you, Joe. 7-year Nissan loan must include 7-year bumper to bumper warranty. I don't think that's quite how that works. But if you do get an extended warranty, get a quote from your friends over at CarEdge. Dad, we have from Baron of Gray Matter. Thank you, Baron. German dealership model, far better. Display models, no carried inventory, fewer salaried sales folks. You order a spec car the way you want it. 6 weeks later, it's delivered, low overhead, lower cost. 100% the agency model is how Europe operates. They've tried that in fits and starts here in the United States. I think VinFast is the best example of a brand new entrant who has said they were going to do that and now has a dealer council and is trying to grow their dealership count. So, I don't think it changes in America anytime soon. And I'm talking decades. Dealers are here to stay.
Listen, we thought it was going to go to the just have a handful of cars on the lot. You come in, you order what you want during the COVID times. Yeah. But when inventory was less than 100,000, less than 1 million new vehicles that were available on a monthly basis. But today we're back up to 3 million. So we are right back to where we started almost. And Americans, for whatever reason, and I spent 43 years in retail automotive, and if a customer came into the store and they couldn't find something out of our 200 car inventory or 300 car inventory, and you suggested to them, well, why don't we just place an order for one? And they'd look at you and they'd go, what? And have to wait 6 to 8 weeks? I want it now. And we have become a society of, I gotta have it now. There is no patience. There is no willingness to wait. And so that's why dealers have to carry a sizable, not as sizable as what like Ram carries, but that's why dealerships have to carry a sizable inventory, because the idea is that you'll walk people around the lot until they find something that tickles their fancy, and they'll go home in it that day, because when they make a deal, they want to drive home in their new vehicle. They don't want to wait 6 to 8 to 10 weeks to do that. They just want to drive home in their new vehicle. That's who we are as a society here in the United States.
So I want to tie this back to the going out of business piece to the puzzle, because we are seeing pressure at the automaker level. Before we do, from Rich Diana. Rich, very kind and gracious of you to contribute in this way. Ray, use this to buy a t-shirt with, in my opinion, printed all over it. They can't touch you then. Love that. My dad also has a I'm not for everybody shirt or mug that we really like. Yeah,
sweatshirt. Yeah.
So here's an example of the quote unquote going out of business. And this is not an overnight thing. This is like, how long will this be prolonged? I'm going back to that Mach-E, the 2024 Ford Mustang Mach-E. Ford had been offering on the 2023s, the lingering 2023s, 0% financing for up to 6 years. Now, for 72 months. Now on August 1st, they announced that they were going to offer that on the 2024s as well. And so I do want to spend a minute here back on the car search. Let's find one again real quick. And then let's go to the loan calculator to try and understand how expensive this is for Ford to do this.
Yes.
So we've got here, Dad, a 2024 Ford Mustang Mach-E. I'm going to go all the way down. Our total amount financed without the door price and everything is going to be this number. And I'm going to jump all the way over here to my auto loan calculator. So let's imagine I'm financing $61,902 for 72 months at an interest rate of, what is it, Dad? The average is like 9.5% right now for a new car?
Probably around there.
Down payment, let's say I'm putting 0 down.
And take out all the fees.
Yep, and we'll do this as 0.
And the sales tax is 0.
I don't know if it'll let me do that, but let's see.
We'll try.
We tried, and there we go. So our monthly payment is going to be $1,131 on this vehicle. And the total amount of interest being paid is $19,547 over the lifetime of that loan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm Ford and I'm offering 0% financing, humor me here.
$19,000.
Humor me, folks. The total loan interest is 0. So if Ford, and let's be clear, Ford's probably getting better than the average new car interest rate right now. Maybe they're getting it. What do you think, Dad? Maybe they can buy the money at 6%, 6.5%.
What's the Fed rate today? 5.25%, 5.5%. So even if they're buying it at 5.5%, and then they have to buy it down to,
so let's say
0.
let's say it's 5.5.
So put 5.5 in.
It's costing Ford
$10,000, $11,000.
$11,000. It's costing Ford $11,000 per person that takes them up on this offer. I don't think, Dad, last time I checked, especially on their EVs, I don't think they make $11,000 per vehicle sold. You can even see it here. Our invoice price is, I think, maybe even broken for this vehicle because it's like the invoice price is more than the MSRP. But it might be true because Ford has come out and said they don't make money on their EVs. Think about that. They're spending $11,000 per vehicle sold. And then to your point, Dad, customers come to the showroom. We got to sell them. I don't know a better way to sell them. You're getting $11,000 off.
But people don't realize that. And if you are a salesperson at a Ford store, I'll help you a little bit. What you need to do is not only say to your customers, oh my goodness, there's a $7,500 federal tax credit that you may qualify for. And then on top of that, if you take advantage of the 0% interest for the 72 months, in essence, that saves you at least $11,000. Let me show you. And I would go to that very same payment calculator and show people what that savings is. So if you are a salesperson at a Ford store, download that damn payment calculator, show people how much Ford is paying them to buy this so that they can appreciate the investment Ford is making in them.
And again, we're just harping on the Ford right there because, again, on the CarEdge.com/community forum, people post all the time the current active deals. This is happening at Nissan. This is happening at Jeep. This is happening at Chrysler. It's happening at Ford. There's probably more automakers where it's happening as well. Those two, Nissan, Jeep, Chrysler, or Jeep and Chrysler being part of Stellantis, are really getting the brunt of our attention today, again, because they are offering the voluntary packages as essentially a precursor to what I would estimate being a layoff. Layoffs are going to happen at these automakers if they don't meet their quota of voluntary package. I don't know how to describe this.
Nissan's not even saying how many people they hope take them up on the offer, but my guess is they're not going to put a limit on that number. It's just a guess, okay? That they won't put a limit on that number, and they're hopeful that, well, as I measure things, they're hopeful that a poop ton of their staff aged 52 and 55 and older will indeed take them up on that offer. They'll get the one write-off for paying all those people for those buyouts, and then they can move on with life. And whatever money they save, they can use to convince their customers through greater incentives to buy the crap that they're building.
Again, big shakiness in the foundation of the auto industry, especially for these automakers. And Dad, we've got a great comment here from Joe. Thank you, Joe. Even with 0%, how long to right side up on the Mustang, on the Mach-E? Talking about negative equity. Dad, I want to pull this up really quick. Yeah. CarEdge.com. This is our company. This is the thing that we've been working on and building under resources, free data. Again, we are working on updating this essentially other site on the website, but let's check out the Ford. I don't even think I've looked at the Mach-E. Let's find it on here.
Probably have not.
Do we not even have the Mach-E?
I don't know.
No. We don't have the Mach-E in the drop-down list. So Jeremy, hey Jeremy, let's see if we can get the Mach-E on here because it looks like we just have the Mustang. We got to get the Mach-E on here so that we can look at the depreciation data of the Mach-E and the cost of ownership for the Mach-E. Yeah. So there you go. Every day here on the Ray and Zach channel, we find all the things that are broken or needing attention back at CarEdge.com. We'll get the Mach-E on there. Give us some time to do that. But I'd be very curious to see what the depreciation curve on a Mach-E is.
Give us 72 months to figure that one out.
We'll have it done sooner than 72 months. I love the team and appreciate everything that they do for our community. From 9 Mil Norm, thank you.
I'm in on that. I'm in on that new Frontier. I saw pictures of it yesterday. I'm in on that. It is that would make a short, fat, bald guy like me look so tough. Instead of me driving around in my silly ass little Mini, if I could get into that and he must be tough. I'm not.
He's pretty tough, folks. He's pretty tough. All right, Dad, you queued it up earlier. Hit me with it.
Really? You've got to be kidding me.
If there's a dial and 0 is not yourself at all and 10 is yourself, please give me like a 6 on this one. All right. We got a deal?
Yeah.
Lucid reports Q2 net loss of $790 million. Saudi fund pledges additional $1.5 billion to the startup.
And your point? And your point? I think I sent you an email this morning with that article, and I said to you, we need to find that Saudi benefactor because once we do, the sky is the limit for CarEdge. So we just need a backer, ladies and gentlemen. We don't care if it's a Saudi backer or not.
No, that's good. That's good. That makes it less. That's good, Dad. That's good. That's like dial it to 6. Remember we said 6.
Yeah.
Good.
But the good news is, if you're Lucid, I think it equated to they lost $360,000 or something per
car
delivered in that quarter, and deliveries were up. they had a record number of deliveries, okay, along with a record loss.
Yeah.
And it is just it just amazes me that there are some people or some countries that have so damn much money that they don't know what to do with it. And so they decide we're going to invest it in a startup like this. And we, at this point, we don't care how many billions upon billions of dollars it's going to take. We are going to make it successful at some point. Now, I'm going to share something with you. Saturday night, I watched the fights, as you know, and there is a Saudi prince, or whatever, your excellency is how they refer to him the whole time, who just has such deep pockets. He controls the Saudi Arts and Entertainment Fund. Okay, so it's like, if we can't lose enough money on Lucid, we can back some stuff in boxing. And between the main event and the Eminem concert before the main event, they did somebody sitting in a lucky seat, and they're going to win a free car. Can you guess, Zach? Can you just guess what kind of car it was that they gave away?
Ford Bronco Raptor.
Close. Okay, because they figure if they can't sell them, we're going to give them away to a lucky winner, and so they gave away a Lucid.
There's a concept of carrying losses. Maybe there's a strategy here. The Lucid story is one that I think business school grads will be looking back on decades from now, wondering what the hell happened there.
May I say this though? The lucky guy that won looked so disappointed. I mean, this guy won a free car, and he's moping his way up to the ring, okay? And it was like the announcer was more excited than he was. It was like, what am I going to do with this Lucid?
Yeah, the things that go on over there at that automaker are nuts, to say the least. And there is an undercurrent here of just like EV automakers being in a tough position. And it's even happening with Tesla a bit. Like, their stock is down. Their deliveries have not been as strong as the market had hoped. Obviously, Rivian got a $5 billion deal with Volkswagen. We'll have to see what happens there. Lucid keeps getting injections of money. We lost, what was it last year, Dad? Lordstown Motors went out of business.
Yes.
We're going to see more and more kind of consolidation, I think.
Well, that's because some of these companies haven't affiliated themselves with the right benefactor.
See, that was really good. That was like a 4 on the dial, because you didn't name like anything associated with that backer. See what you did there? That was good.
Yeah, no, I am old, but still trainable.
Still trainable. Folks, if we can help you out with anything, please give us the opportunity to. Our website, our company is CarEdge, CarEdge.com. If you have suggestions for how we can make things better back on CarEdge.com, please tell us, especially the car search. We're really starting to invest back in the car search and trying to make the car search better. So please, here in the chat or on the community forum or in the comments on today's video, let us know what we can be doing back at CarEdge.com to make this even more valuable and useful for you. Dad, yesterday I talked about my pottery on the show at the end of the show.
Yes.
I'm on Instagram here. I'll pull that up again. I got so many messages from people. And some requests. If I can help you out, folks, making a pot, I'm getting into it again. I actually think tonight, Dad, I'm going to go back to the studio because I really want to throw again. If I can help you out, you can message me over on Instagram at Chefska, and I'll make you a vase. I'll make you a mug. I'm going to make you a mug tonight, Dad. I had a vision for a mug I wanted to make you. So I had a lot of fun. And I want
a big ass mug. I need a big ass mug.
I want an excuse to make more stuff, so you can, and I'll do it for free.
I appreciate that. That one brown mug that you made for me that I have is the heaviest mug in the history of mugs. It's like 14 pounds of clay.
That was a beginner mug.
I get it. I should probably use it every day to build up my the bicep in my left arm. Igor wants a mug.
Maybe I'll make some CarEdge mugs. That'd be fun.
Yeah, if you can learn how to do the logo.
Bring both the worlds together. Okay.
Yeah.
Dad, that's a show. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Well, I have to do a quick wrist check. Okay, this is the biggest face watch I own. I mean, this is a Pioneer watch. It's made in Germany. It's an automatic, and I've never seen a watch bigger than this. It was as if somebody saw a clock on a wall and said, let's put a strap on it and call it a wristwatch. It's got the day, the date, the month. It's got buttons galore. It's huge, and relatively inexpensive for what it is. It is an automatic movement made in Germany. So anybody looking for a Pioneer, it comes from the company Theorema or Tofina, or I don't know. But yeah,
two observations today, Dad. One,
yeah,
I've never heard you talk about wanting a big manly. Gotta not do that. Big manly truck. Okay, but today you talked about wanting a big manly truck, and now you have this big watch on your wrist. Are you compensating for something? Because I could be.
You know, but at this point, what for? I mean, folks. Really, it's 73. Who gives a damn? You know. So no, I mean, just, you know, when I first saw it, I didn't realize exactly how big it would be when it got here, and it was like, holy mackerel, that fills up my whole arm, and I really don't want that Nissan Frontier truck, but it does look unbelievably tough. It's not, but it looks it. It's kind of like, well, no, I don't look tough at all. But
neither of us look tough.
No. What can I do?
I love you. I'm going to go eat some lunch and get back to work. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be back here tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, at 9 a.m. Pacific. Thank you, Dad, as always.
I love you as well. And by the way, I'm meeting with Brian today between 1:30 and 2:30 to film some stuff for social media or something.
Nice.
I don't know, but we'll keep you posted, folks. God knows what's coming next.